It was the way she felt when the strings of some outlandish plot actually started to come together, pulling tight like the top of a nicely crafted tote bag. She always felt both surprised and not surprised when this happened. There was no satisfaction like it. Did you happen to notice if he was wearing a ring on his little finger? Red stone? Yes. Like a ruby. Only too big to be real. And a brown hat. Neil was nodding. With white splatters on it. He's been wearing the damn thing for 10 years. That's big driver you're talking about. I don't know where he lives, but he's local, either Colwich or Nestor Falls. I see him around, supermarket, hardware store, Walmart, places like that. And once you see him, you don't forget him. His real name is Al something Polish. You know, one of those hard to pronounce names. Stralkowicz, Stankiewicz, something like that. I bet I could find him in the phone book, because he and his brother own a trucking company. Hawkline, I think it's called. Or maybe Eagle Line. Something with a bird in it, anyway. Want me to look him up? No, thanks, Tess said pleasantly. You've been helpful enough, and my cab driver's waiting. Okay. Just do yourself a favor and stay away from that boyfriend of yours. And stay away from the stagger. Of course, if you tell anyone I said that, I'll have to find you and kill you. Fair enough, Tess said, smiling. I deserve it. At the doorway, she turned back. A favor? If I can. If you happen to see Al something Polish around town, don't mention that you talked to me. She smiled more widely. It hurt her lips, but she did it. I want to surprise him. Give him a little gift, or something. Not a problem. Tess lingered a bit longer. I love your eyes. Neil shrugged and smiled. Thanks. They don't quite match, do they? It used to make me self-conscious, but now. Now it works for you, Tess said. You grew into them. I guess I did. I even picked up some work modeling in my 20s. But sometimes, you know what? It's better to grow out of things. Like a taste for bad-tempered men. To that there seemed to be nothing to say. 26. She made sure her expedition would start, then tipped the cab driver 20 instead of 10. He thanked her with feeling, then drove away toward the I-84. Tess followed, but not until she'd plugged Tom back into the cigarette lighter receptacle and powered him up. "Hello, Tess," Tom said. "I see we're taking a trip." "Just home, Tommy boy," she said, and pulled out of the parking lot, very aware she was riding on a tire that had been mounted by the man who had almost killed her. Al something polish. A truck-driving son of a gun. One stop on the way. "I don't know what you're thinking, Tess, but you should be careful." If she had been home instead of in her car, Fritzy would have been the one to say this, and Tess would have been equally unsurprised. She had been making up voices and conversations since childhood, although at the age of 8 or 9, she'd quit doing it around other people, unless it was for comic effect. "I don't know what I'm thinking, either," she said, but this was not quite true. Up ahead was the US 47 intersection, and the gas dash.